This is the toolbox which my father got made in the late 60s. Over the years, it proved to be very useful. I had painted it a couple of times, however, it always looked dull and drab and had to be stored and hidden away. Don't you think that a useful object can also be a thing of beauty? I'm sure you'll agree that this toolbox, which served us so well for so long, deserves an attractive makeover. And what better than a nice looking decoupage? This was a large toolbox. I drew a center line so that I could align the first napkin to the center before pasting it. The remaining two napkins were to be pasted on either side of the center napkin. These were 3-ply napkins and the top print layer had to be separated from the two white layers below. It may look a little frustrating in the beginning, but you'll soon get the hang of it. In this decoupage, I used 10 napkins in all. I began by aligning the napkin to the center line, beginning from the center line and little by little, centimeter by centimeter, I pasted the napkin outwards and to the sides. You can gently pat the napkin with the help of your fingers and a piece of polythene, but you must remember that your fingers should be absolutely clean and dry. The trick here is to use a very thin layer of the glue. Never use excess glue. You'll only end up getting wrinkles and likely even tearing it. Decoupage is a very delicate process and you must have patience. And if you are in a hurry and you apply too much glue, you're sure to create wrinkles and creases. But remember, some wrinkles will be inevitable and you must learn to keep them to the minimum. This is the skill which you must develop. After pasting the center napkin, it's now time to paste the other two napkins on either side. On a large surface area such as this toolbox, two or more napkins have to be pasted alongside each other. It is therefore essential to choose an appropriate print pattern of the napkins. I realized this that when the napkins were to be pasted side by side, the pattern on the napkins didn't quite match up. If you carefully look, you can easily notice the discontinuity in the pattern where the napkins are joined together at the edges. Usually in decoupage, where more than one napkin has to be used, the pattern chosen is such that when two or more napkins are pasted alongside, their patterns blend or merge at the joint, and one continuous large uniform pattern is created. Unfortunately, I did the mistake of choosing the wrong pattern. Nevertheless, I decided to carry on because in this case, it didn't seem to be distinguishable. The napkins pasted on either side of the center napkin were folded over and subsequently pasted on the sides. The process was followed on the front and rear of the toolbox. You can observe this in the speeded up videos. Once all the napkins were pasted and the glue dried, it was time to apply the top layer. Usually, decoupage glue is applied. However, I decided to use a PU base coat instead. PU stands for polyurethane. This particular PU was water-soluble, odorless and dried hard quickly, unlike the decoupage glue which takes longer. In my opinion, in the PU process, applying the base coat prior to the top coat is not a must. One can use the top coat as the base coat instead. After the base coat has dried, I brushed on the top coat, which was the glossy PU. It soon dried and I brushed on two more light coats. The PU finish can be diluted with 5% of water for easy brushing. You can now see that the finish is very glossy. It's very hard, scratch-proof and waterproof. Just what I wanted for this toolbox. So that's the makeover. I'm sure this toolbox will be happy, and surely my Father in heaven. Hope you liked the video. Do see some of my other videos on decoupage. Here's wishing you happy decoupaging. Thanks for watching.